And today I'm talking about the seasonal visa. So because I've been asked many questions about that recently, so I decided to give you some info about that as well. As I mentioned on Facebook, so if you missed the first part, please go to my Facebook, and the recording of the whole live stream, including the first couple of minutes, will be there. But basically, where I got is that I don't really see a point for that for people applying for this type of visa. Maybe if you live in some like very poor country and you want to earn some money, and Czech Republic is a good opportunity for you, so you don't want to go to Germany or somewhere, then this might be a good option. But it will not allow you to live here. It will not really allow you to bring your families. It will not really be useful for anything else than just coming here, working for half a year, and leaving back. So I honestly don't see potential in that for foreigners. Obviously, it has a potential for Czech employers. If they cannot find people in the Czech Republic to work on these positions, then they can bring people from abroad. And yeah, and if we have some like big amount of work which needs to be done in a very short time, then it's okay. On the other hand, like all the approval processes, as you know, they take a very long time. To even get an appointment takes a very long time. So I don't really see a point in this case or in this type of visa, because let's say you apply for 4 months of the seasonal work visa. It takes 3 months or 4 months to get it prepared, approved, get an appointment. So you'll be basically working for 4 months to get a visa, which then you will get for 4 months as well. So I don't really see the point of that, like, or some advantages for foreigners. So that's why we also don't do that. And why I said that I don't have much experience with that, and I don't really care much. But yeah, you were asking about that. So here you go, seasonal visa. So basically, as the name says, the seasonal visa is meant to cover just some seasonal requirements. So in fields of business where the season is very important part of the business. So for example, for you to understand what I'm talking about is, for example, like picking fruits. If you, or like I don't know, yeah, picking fruits is a good example, because obviously you cannot pick fruits during the whole year. At least in the Czech Republic, you can only do it in late summer or autumn or summer, or in some cases, like maybe from summer till winter or whatever. So for a couple months, but yeah, it's always like the nature of the work is seasonal. So there are like five different fields of business where you can do this. So I'll try to read it in Czech and translate it into English. So it's basically anything related to kind of animals or like producing animals. I cannot really imagine what would be there, like why that has seasons, but maybe it has. Obviously, yes, for plants, it makes sense. You only do crops like once a year. You only pick fruits couple months a year or couple weeks a year. So in these cases, it makes sense. Yeah, and like forestry and like I don't know how to say that. Like when you go to a forest, you cut trees and you use the wood for something. So this type of thing. Then also accommodation, then hospitality, and then sports and recreational and fun activities. So yeah, this also makes sense that if you, for example, like we have a winter season for skiing for 4, 5, 6 months. So okay, that's also a season because you cannot go ski the whole year long. So these types of activities, these kind of jobs can fall under the seasonal worker visa. For the seasonal worker visa, there are basically 2 types: a short-term visa, the Schengen visa, for up to 90 days, and then a long-term visa, which maximum validity can be 6 months. Okay, so you cannot get a seasonal worker visa for longer than 6 months. If you get it for 4 months, for example, and then because the expected amount of work is for 4 months, but then you need to stay longer for another 2 months, maybe you can do that. But the maximum validity combined is 6 months. And it cannot be changed into anything else in the Czech Republic. Once it finishes, you need to leave. So Yeah, that's the main thing about the validity. It's a standard type of visa. So the rules for getting the visa or applying for the visa are similar as with all the other visa types. So if you're applying for a short-term seasonal worker visa, so you want to stay here and work only for up to 90 days, you apply the standard way as you apply for the short-term visa. So in India, for example, that would be through the VFS global spots. If you want to apply for a long-term visa, so 3 months to 6 months, then you would apply standard way through the Czech embassy. So there is no difference in that. You need to collect some documents. I'll go through them right now. But then when you collect the documents, you submit them to the embassy and you wait for the decision. Officially, the decision should not take longer than 60 days. But you know how it works. It can be like 2 weeks or it can be 4 months. You never know with the ministry. And once you get it approved, you need to get a health insurance, usually for like 1 or 2 months, just to cover you from when you pick up the visa until when you are registered into the public health insurance system in the Czech Republic, meaning when you start working. And then you pick up the visa from the embassy and you come to the Czech Republic. Oh, let me see. Someone wants to go in front of the camera. So let's see if I can still do that. So let's see. Someone wanted to speak with me in the live. So let's see if we can do that. Delio Duling. Guys, Hackintosh Hex, I thank you very much. Sai, nice to see you as well. So Delio doesn't want to join anymore. Okay. So let's not wait for Delio anymore. If you change your mind, you can try again later. King Med Gaming, hi, thank you very much for joining. So now for the so what I was saying, sorry guys, because I wanted to use this option that someone had a question and wanted to ask directly, so I wanted to do that, but it didn't work out. So once you get the visa, once you pick it up from the embassy, you can come to the Czech Republic. Then you have to go to the foreign police within 3 days after your arrival, report your stay, and then you can start working and start living here for the period of time the visa was given to, maximum 6 months. What documents are needed for the seasonal worker visa? So I'll go through that. So list of documents needed for the seasonal worker visa. First, application form, passport, 1 passport photograph, document proving your accommodation. Then you need to have a permission to work in the Czech Republic, which is usually applied for by your employer. You need to have it. They need to apply for that before you apply for the visa, because the permission to work is one of the required documents. Then you also need employer certificate saying how much you will be working, how much you will be earning, and all this information. You might be asked for a criminal record from the country of your origin as well. I would say it's better to have it prepared in advance, so you don't have to get it once they request it, but you can submit it directly. So I would recommend having it ready already when you're applying. And also you might be asked for some, but it would be asked already in getting the permission to work about your qualification for the position you're applying for. And they could also ask you for confirmation that you don't have some sickness which you can spread here, but that would come during the process. The ministry would request it separately during the approval process. That's basically it. Obviously, all the documents must be originals or notarized copies. That's the same as for all the other visa types. Originals or notarized copies. If they are foreign documents, like the criminal check, for example, they must be apostilled or superlegalized, and everything must be translated into Czech. So this was it.